I really need one of these things. I've been like meaning to do that all festival. Like, and it looks like a great cereal bowl too, which is conflicting. You know, I really like cereal. I don't know what to tell you. Next to the mic, this young lady that I'm bringing up, I have known her for quite some years. She is actually part of our team, our collective. It's called Roots and Wings. Roots and Wings is a group put together to bring arts into different communities and show how this artistic expression can lead to reducing violence, reducing poverty of the mind, and just a uplifting of the heart, right? It's really sad. I'm not going to get on my soapbox. I'll save that for Facebook. But art has really taken a backseat in the world. I mean, Socrates, all the great poets and philosophers of the day used to be rock stars. You know, Socrates would walk down the street and Socrates, do something. It used to be real big to have your own type of thinking, but now it's not so much. So it's real sad. But it's wonderful to see that this young lady has kept her mindset and has developed it into something mind-blowing. So if you would, please welcome Miss Robin G to the stage.
How y'all doing? So last night I had the honor of sitting here in this exact same spot, listening to Dick Sisto and the ensemble play jazz music. I mean, it put me in I was like, dang, I wanted a glass of wine, I wanted some stilettos, I wanted to paint my lips. I was like, so naturally as a poet, I'm thinking, I gotta write a piece. So they kept putting the pictures of Thomas Merton, who I'm infatuated with now because of this festival. So I was like, what if, and no disrespect, but what if Thomas and I went on a date? to a jazz date. So I wrote this piece just last night, so please forgive me for having to read it. It's called My Jazz Date with Thomas Merton. We'd meet one another because picking me up was just too traditional, too predictive, and besides, he'd already be there. So I'd catch a cab to 118 Washington Street, an old warehouse building that would have the average girl leery, but if she hadn't known any better, but I did. I knew that my date with Thomas Merton would be different. I had stood in my kitchen in between perfume applications and lipstick to contemplate the evening, and I smiled. The thought of him shushing me as I would attempt to lean into him and within a whisper express my gratitude for his hospitality and for the lack of yet another boring dinner. It would certainly annoy him. And I'd adore him as he intently listened to every key, every note, closing his eyes to the notion that it would make everyone else in the room disappear. And once he'd have a few beers, he'd tease me for dancing off beat, and we'd laugh, and he'd teach me the meaning behind every set, the extent of pain that the saxophone displayed, and we'd composite snippets of pieces of poetry in comparison. And as the effects from the sherry set in, we become silent again. And in the evening, as it had began with a mere appreciation of all that is art, poetic, and all that jazz, intrigued by what it all means and what it doesn't, inside that old warehouse building on 118 Washington Street. Thank y'all.